Welcome back. You're still watching tonight, and it's time for Data Point, which is a special focus on the status of IEBC. Let's start by looking at the timelines of the events that have happened over the past 2 years or so. In December 2022, you may recall that 3 commissioners resigned from the institution after cases were brought against them, petitions to remove them from office. In January 2023, 3 commissioners led by Wafula Chebukati retired from office after serving 6-year term. In February 2023, Commissioner Immaculate Masit was removed from office after successful processing of a petition against her. Then after that, something else happened. That is, in February 2023, President Ruto appointed an IEBC selection panel to reconstitute or to recruit a replacement of those 7 commissioners. But in April 2023, President Ruto agreed to calls for talks with Raila Odinga, including what eventually became the bipartisan process. And then Nelson Makanda panel had to halt its operations to pave way for the National Dialogue Committee deliberations. Let's take a look at the next item of what transpired around that time. So in November 2023, after months of deliberations at the Bomas of Kenya, the NADCO, that is National Dialogue Committee, made recommendations to changes to the law affecting IEBC. And in July 2024, more than a year later, President Ruto assented to the IEBC amendments in an IEBC amendment bill becoming an act. And the contests to IEBC panel were filed in court, bearing in mind that after this, there were names that were submitted by different nominating agencies, but that had to stall further, given the cases that were filed in court. But now in January 2025, which is this month, the courts cleared the path for the IEBC selection panel after that process was concluded. And on the 27th of January, which is Monday this week, President Ruto appointed a new selection panel, which was sworn in on the same day at the Supreme Court. And you understand that 2 more members of the panel will be sworn in come tomorrow. Now, beyond that, what else has happened is that there are several processes that have stalled due to the absence of commissioners at the institution. First of all, there are several constituency and ward by-elections that are pending for members of parliament. 3 constituencies and 1 nominated MP is also pending for the by-elections in the wards, at least 9. And we'll be hearing from the members of the commission on how far we've gone about that. Then boundaries delimitation should have been concluded by the start of March 2024. That has not happened. And of course, the country is now late because it has to be done within 8 and 12 years. The initial or the current boundaries were published on the 4th of March or thereabout of 2012, but now it's more than 12 years later, so there's a problem there. Voter registration was suspended just before the 2022 general election. We do not know if it had been restarted before the commissioners left office, but it has not been going on. And also there are several institutional reforms that have also stalled. Let's take a look at what you need to be aware of, especially as we head towards the general election of the year 2027. And first of all, if new boundaries are to be used, so remember already there's a problem because we are late. If new boundaries are to come to effect, they must be ready by August 2026, which is exactly 1 year to the election of 2027. So will they be ready? We don't have the commissioners. How soon can they come in? We'll be hearing the answers. And of course, that may be challenged on the question of constitutionality, bearing in mind that it's already outside the window of 12 years. And also, if new boundaries are adopted, there has to be fresh vote registration, knowing that boundaries may move, meaning the constituencies may not look the same, the wards may not look the same, so you need to register voters afresh. And that is what will be guiding our conversation this evening, which I want